from Panzer Athletic Center on the campus of Montclair State University. It's our last multicam of the 2024 season and our first doubleheader here for basketball at Panzer Athletic Center. CJ Staniak alongside the wonderful, the legendary Vincent Bacone, and no better way to end off the year with some NJackson here at Panzer.
Oh my goodness, I mean, this is exactly how it's supposed to be. CJ, I couldn't have said it any better whatsoever. I mean, this is such an exciting game. NJack play, NJack double platter. We got one game now. We got a game after this, so don't go anywhere when this one concludes. So much fun here at the Panzer Athletic Center, and hey, a great way to end the 2024 season, which has been amazing to all of us.
Yeah, absolutely. And as we have the men's game first on board here, it has been quite the entertaining stretch of games. We will take a look. The first 6 games of the year for the Red Hawks, starting things off. I mean, the Red Hawks came out firing a 3-0 start, high-scoring games every single time around. You see on the screen there, 3-0 is the start, but things got a little bit rocky. The next week or so, back-to-back close losses, and that one was capped off with a 5-point defeat in the conference opener to rival Rowan just before Thanksgiving. Now, the good news is there was an 8-day break, and that allowed the Red Hawks to reset before getting back to work December 4th against William Patterson, and what a response it was for Montclair State, cruising to a 16-point victory, and now they will look to continue their winning ways here this afternoon. And one guy that they will need to depend on, that's junior guard Ahmad Robertson. The Red Hawks rely on their bench heavily, and their 6th man has been undeniable in the early goings of 2024, Vin.
Oh my goodness, absolutely. Ahmad Robertson has been incredible, all right? We've talked to Coach Potts before, we've talked to Coach Rossi before, and all of them praise the depth on this team. Because listen, your starting 5, those are your main men there. But when you get a 6th man like Ahmad Robertson, who is averaging 15.3 points per game and a little over 14 points off the bench in just over 23 minutes a game, listen, that is what you need. You need someone like Robertson who can, wow, look at that, get up there and really do it all right? He has been such a great player, and on a team that has at times struggled with the rebounds, he has been a guy that has found the boards, has been aggressive to get them, and has been a great piece to match with guys like Kunga Saring, Mike Jackson. All of them love Robertson, and now he's shining as the 6th man on this team.
Yeah, and Robertson has even started to play his way into a starting role. He made his way into the starting lineup against William Patterson. Yet to be seen where he'll be today, but no doubt that either way, his impact will be felt. Now, we'll switch gears. We'll take a look at the matchup history here between these two teams, and this will be game number 117 between the Red Hawks and the Scarlet Raiders. We're dating all the way back to 1940 with this one. Montclair State leads the all-time series 71-45, and they have controlled most of the meetings here in the 2020s, going 7-3 in their last 10 matchups. Last season, the team split their 2 games, the road team winning each go-around. You'll see Montclair winning the second of those 2 affairs. Last November, the Scarlet Raiders stormed into Panzer Athletic Center and cruised to a 12-point victory, leading by as much as 19 at the half. Now, Vin, if the Red Hawks want to avoid another defeat on their home court, what do they have to do improve on today?
Well, listen, this is a team that the 71-45 record, as cool as it is, I'm not looking at that whatsoever. What I'm looking at is their last W, all right? They played them twice last year. They split the season series, all right? They lost the first game, but they were able to make a good rebound. That's what this team is so much fun at. They switch it up. They lost the first game by 12 points. They switch it up. They win the second by 10. And that is all because of you guys that aren't here anymore. Keon Price, who had 17 points in that game. And then you have, of course, Kieran Flanagan, who's still on the court today with another 17. I'm really interested to see how Mike Jackson rebounds. All right. He had 9 points in that last game, went 0 for 4 from beyond the arc. That's his sweet spot, all right? He only took 4 shots from beyond the arc. But you want to know what? We saw a game earlier in this same kind of matter. It was against DeSales. Mike Jackson only had 9 points in that game in their last matchup against them. Was 1 for 11 from the field. He had 9 points in this last game. I would not be shocked if he comes out here with vengeance. All right, his senior year, he wants it all. He wants it all. Mike Jackson's game, in my eyes.
And another thing that I want to bring up, and it kind of goes back to that game last season and the game that Montclair State lost. We talked about the victory, everything that they did right. However, it cannot be ignored, so to speak, that they came out very slow in their first half last time out. against Rutgers Newark. Now, that's something that has kind of been a common theme with this team. How can they better prepare themselves to maybe come out a little bit stronger and set that tone right away rather than trying to rally in the second half?
Well, I think something really interesting about this team, about the changes from this team, is Coach Potts has been bringing out, when he brings in subs, he brings out 5 subs at a time. He's switching everything around. When the starters come off, the starters are coming off. And although this has been kind of changed in more recent games, I think that this is going to propel them in a different strategy, with players with more energy on the court at all times.
As we will pause for the national anthem. We welcome you back here at Panzer Athletic Center, just a few moments away here from opening tip. And now I want to try to talk about the beginning of this game coming up. And Vin, big conference matchup today between these two teams. Who have you got your eyes on for either team in this one?
Well, I'm going to go a little different here. All right, I'm going to go for Rutgers Newark first. Starting off, my guy to watch is number 5, Levi Holton. He's been such a great player for this team. And I'm really excited to see what he can do. He's done great against Montclair in the past, and I think that continues here. Now he leads the team in points, he leads the team in rebounds, and if MSU is going to struggle to get those boards, he's going to be the guy to get it. Although it is important to know that Rutgers Newark is last place in getting combined rebounds. So if Montclair is going to dominate the boards here, it's going to be against this team. And then for the Redhawks, as they get set, my big guy to watch, I feel like it's no question. I think he's coming out here with vengeance. He's a scary man. He's a bad man. It's Mike Jackson for me, all right? He is lethal. Look at it. You can see him on the bench right now. He is quiet. He is not moving. He is locked in. I mean, Mike, he practices every single night. I'm in class with him, all right? We had a Zoom class the other day. His camera was on. He was here at Panzer picking up threes, all right? I know that he's locked in for today's game. He wants this W. He wants to turn that losing streak that they had before into a winning streak here today against Rutgers Newark, and I wouldn't be surprised if he goes off. He's pumped. He's hyped. I'm going to love to see him play today.
Intros taking place as the Redhawks take the court here Saturday afternoon at Panzer. No better time than NJAC basketball here in this arena. The starting lineups. Christian Sivas getting the starting lineup for Montclair State, cracking the lineup for the first time. Kieran Flanagan also in there, of course, the 5th-year starter. Ahmad Robertson, we talked about him as the 6th man. He'll have a chance to make his impact felt.
Our
in the
producer,
starting
Ryan
lineup.
Tulio, is definitely really angry right now that he made it to the starting lineup.
Jacob Morales also going to be in there. And, of course, the man you mentioned, Mike Jackson, laser-focused. He'll be in the lineup today. For Rutgers Newark, Shadid Jenkins Floyd will be in the starting lineup at point guard. Pascal Dudard also in there at guard. Preston Brown will be in the lineup. Travis Miles had a big game last time against Montclair State. And Levi Holton, another one of your key players. Of course, 2-time co-defensive player of the year for the NJAC. We'll see how he's able to turn things around today. I mean, he's also done it now on the scoring side of things. He's taken over as that number 1 option. Defense to offense, certainly in for a good one here today. We are ready for opening tip.
And interesting point here to get started. But no Kungasarian in the starting lineup. He's been in and out of that starting lineup spot, switching with Jacob Morales, but he was in it last game against Willie P.
Mike Jackson with the ball early. There's Ahmad Robertson. He takes the screen from Jackson, swings it to Sivas out on the left wing. Right-hand dribble drive. Sivas to the cup and gets two to get things started for the Redhawks.
Great job moving through traffic down low, able to find a nice lane and just work through it. And you see already the full court defense put it in play.
Jenkins Floyd got it up the court quickly, and that's Dudard now with it back up top is Jenkins Floyd. A lot of early ball movement here for the Scarlet Raiders, and losing the ball is Levi Holton. It'll remain with the Raiders.
Aggressive defense down low by Robertson. Interested to see how they really take on the role of that down low defense.
And they'll start here underneath the basket for the inbound. And it looks like we're going to have a stoppage of play. I believe.
Could not tell you what's going on right now. They didn't call a timeout, I believe. Just talking things over.
Yeah, I do not believe it was a timeout. We haven't seen one leave our board.
Well, something's being talked about right now, but yeah. I mean, to start off here, the Redhawks take the lead. They've really become that first quarter team this year. But to start off here, you want to start off strong. CJ, you were talking about it earlier. I mean, you don't want to get in a position where you're so, you don't want to get in a position where you're in a ditch to start that second half. You don't want to be able to be that guy that has to pile his way back up and find the ladder.
And not that the Redhawks are necessarily worried going into the second half, because it always seems like it's only a matter of time before that full court press. It looks like we're going to have a technical that was called. I believe that's what it was. So Mike Jackson will take the technical free throw here. That one will go for him. He is now on the board to start off today's game. So not sure who was assigned the tee.
No, I don't really know.
Scarlet Raiders. We know that full court press will eventually start to wear a team down in the second half, but it's all about kind of getting out quickly and making your presence felt as play back underway. Early three ball from Dudard, and he knocks it down.
Beautiful. Wow. Getting this started off, and he is hyped.
Sivas, little pick and pop, gets it, try to get it back up top to Morales. An errant pass will give possession back to the Raiders.
I like the idea by Sivas, but you got to pass that off. A lot earlier. You're running into a double team.
Got a little too deep into his own zone. And that double, he wasn't able to break on out of it. Now here is that stapled full court press by Coach Justin Potts. And working nicely is Jenkins Floyd, able to get it up quickly. Not too pressurous for the Redhawks that time around. There is the big man, Travis Miles, with it up top, looking for an open man. And there's Levi Holton. Holton left hand working on Robertson. Pull up mid-range. Got it done.
Two really good shots for Rutgers Newark. Really haven't been able to find that open space against the Redhawks, but they haven't needed it yet.
There's Morales. His first three-point shot. No good. Nice work on the offensive glass by Mike Jackson. Couldn't corral it. And now in transition are the Raiders. And there goes Dudard. And he missed it off the glass. Sivas now, it did go down, I believe. So now 7-3, Sivas up top. There's Mike Jackson. Gets it to Kieran Flanagan. Flanagan lost the ball. He tried to get it to Jackson. It was picked off and coming back the other way. Preston Brown with it. And now they'll slow things down.
A good run right now for Rutgers Newark.
Jenkins Floyd controlling things. Dudard up top. There's Brown. Brown jab step, working to the lane and getting it up and drawing the foul. He'll go to the line for two.
They are really working right now on Montclair. And it looks like Kunga Saring, Samar Abdullah, and Cabrian Goss are ready to get in.
A trio of players coming off the bench here.
I'm really interested to see what Kunga can bring defensively for this team. Because right now they need to stop something.
Yeah, a lot of drives to the net right now for the Raiders. It's Brown's first free throw. A trio of subs coming for Montclair State. It's something that they've done kind of in shifts this year. You alluded to it pregame, but Coach Potts has got something going a little bit with his rotations. He wants it a certain way, and he does it with mass subs. 3 coming in that time. Mike Jackson and Kieran Flanagan will remain on the floor.
As Cabrian Goss comes in, he was the Rookie of the Week in the NJAC this last week. 16 points against Rowan.
Goss being guarded tightly by Jenkins Floyd, working around a Kunga Sering screen. He gets it back to him out in the corner. Lost the handle, did Sering. Snatches back, he's working on Miles, and now Mike Jackson up top, guarded tightly by Holton, the co-defensive player of the year. Flanagan off the screen, getting it to Goss. Goss thought he was fouled, no whistle, 7 on the shot clock. Another Sering screen is a 3 for Goss. And no good. Long rebound. Flanagan fighting for it. Ball's on the ground and taken by the Raiders.
Wow, we're seeing some really good defensive presence right now by Newark.
Jenkins Floyd up top. Dudard swings it. Holton will take a 3. Short. Taken now. Samar Abdullah. And he gets it up to Goss.
Samar Abdullah is another player that I really want to see shine today.
Jackson, his first 3 of the day, and it goes down for Mike Jackson.
And there it is, putting up shots.
He's going to have his hands full today with Levi Holton. He'll take any basket that he can get, and a mistake now by the Raiders. A turnover for them, their first.
Now you see Quantavious Rogers coming in.
Rogers has been a key piece off the bench.
He's always been a fun piece to watch. He's had some really big games, especially last year when they needed that bench presence. Quan has been one of those guys that just comes off the bench and has been so successful.
Second year with the program, JUCO transfer from RCSJ Gloucester down in South Jersey. Abdullah up top, get a screen from Sering. He's got Miles on him, and now Sering up top. He's got Goss, pump fake, drive, kick it out, swinging to Abdullah. 3 ball on the way, yes sir!
Wow. The 3
and we're not
points.
at 9. Trap's coming.
We've seen games where they just have not been able to hit the 3 ball whatsoever. But if this keeps rolling for them, we've seen them get in grooves before. We've seen them been out of grooves. When they're in a groove, it is hard to stop them.
We're going to have a blocking foul called on Quante Rogers. Let's see, I believe it was on the floor. And just in the restricted area there. Went body to body with Travis Miles. So Mike Jackson will sub out of the game.
Freshman Jaden Green coming in for Rutgers Newark now. And Luis Armas coming in from Montclair.
Now Robertson will check back in for Abdullah. And underneath the basket now. Outside, there's Jaden Green. Gets it up top, Jenkins Floyd. Crossover, he's to the right. Nice feed inside, there's Green for the layup.
Perfectly played right there.
Goss looking for a response, got the screen, and he had an open cutter in Robertson. Instead, tried to kick it out wide and just not on the same page as his teammate Armas. So inbounding now from the sideline in their own half. The Raiders, they've jumped out to a 2-point lead in the first 5 minutes of this one, and they have certainly locked all windows and doors defensively.
Yeah, after that technical, the Raiders have been on fire.
Dudard, now Jenkins Floyd. Dudard getting it up top, there's Miles. Him and Sering, body to body, 2 big guys out on the floor. Back up top, Jenkins Floyd over Goss for 3, you bet.
My goodness, back and forth here.
Going quickly, the Redhawks. Robertson spins his way inside and kicked it on out of bounds. It'll belong to Rutgers Newark.
That's a hard play to keep control of. Moving down low on that one.
More substitutions for Montclair. Seems like every whistle, the rotating guys in and out. until they find that rhythm, I anticipate that they'll continue to do that.
And I'm really interested to wonder how the team chemistry really works with that. Because if you keep on moving in and out, you have to change game plans every single whistle.
We'll see if something is able to click, particularly on offenses. That time they'll get the stop defensively. Morales ended up with it right in his basket off the bounce pass. Now Armas sidestepping into a three, and he got it.
Wow. Armas says, not in my house.
Quick drive, Dudard past Robertson. Flanagan met him at the rim. Ball going out of bounds. I believe the possession will stay with Rutgers Newark. Really nice defense by Kieran Flanagan. Not something you expect, the paint presence from the fifth-year guard.
He can do it all over the place. He's really fun to watch.
So now, Sadie Jenkins-Floyd will inbound. Quick stoppage. And by the way, Jenkins-Floyd switched his number from 1 to 0, I believe. He's listed on the roster at number 1. Gets it into number 0. So who knows? Maybe fresh number, fresh start for him. Dudard now gets it up top. Miles didn't go. They'll reset. Dudard the screen. He's working on Flanagan. Right-handed drive. He got it in the foul. What a finish from Pascal Dudard.
In traffic, he does it. And they just cannot be stopped right now. They are driving through no matter what.
And Dudard, a chance for one more at the line. The Raiders just looking calm, composed, collected. Montclair, all they try to do is create chaos defensively, and there's been a calming factor early on for this one as the free throw no good, and now Sivas the other way. Flanagan finds Morales. Flanagan trying to body his way inside. Little backdoor cut. Sivas, nice cut! And one!
With a lot of contact. That is not an easy shot with his body turning. He's able to find the bucket.
And what a find from Kieran Flanagan. He was backing down Issa Masaf, who looked about twice the size of him, and somehow gets it to Sivas. His layup good. And now a chance to make this a one-point game here. Sivas converts. Inbounding now and trapping down in the corner. Montclair sending the house. Nice passing from the Raiders. It's Miles. Up top, there's Asaf. Now Jenkins-Floyd will slow it down.
Rutgers Newark has done a good job of keeping the tempo here.
Jenkins-Floyd, what a snatchback three. Missed everything, though. Flanagan on the rebound. Sivas pushing it up the floor. Robertson, one pump, and then a jab step. He'll kick it back up top. Flanagan gets Morales. Open three for him. Yes, sir.
Morales continues his nice start to the season, showing why he deserves to be in the starting lineup here.
He has found his stroke from deep, especially throughout the season. I mean, he's done it all. He's the leading rebounder and passer. There's a nice feed. Miles pump fakes and lays it in over Morales, who was trailing behind on the cut. But the leading rebounder, the leading assist, as we'll have a foul on the floor. Morales, Springfield College to Rutgers, and now at Montclair State. Had 0 in the game against Rowan, but bounced back very nicely against William Patterson. 13 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. And today he's kind of found that stroke from the three ball.
And that's what you got to do. I mean, you just have to keep moving forward, keep, finding the rebound here.
Knotted at 18. Just over 7 minutes into this one, Samar Abdullah inbounds it to Cabrian Goss. Dribble handoff with Mike Jackson. And now to Kieran Flanagan. Flanagan and Morales on the pick and roll. Flanagan trying to work inside. There's a soft on him, doing a nice job defensively. Tipped pass by Holton. It ends up in the hands of Morales. 8 to shoot. Fakes the handoff. Works inside. He's got Miles turned around. He goes up, draws the foul, and he'll have the chance for one more.
Oh my goodness. Morales put Miles on skates.
He ends up with the deflected ball into his hands and gets crafty with the drive inside. Hard to play defense when you're facing the wrong way.
Trying to convert that three-point play here.
Morales will get it done. 21-18 Montclair State leading it. 12.5 minutes to play here in this first half. And a 5-second violation. The Raiders couldn't get it in. And that's what the full court press will do to you. Goss now will be tasked with the inbound. Flanagan trying to free himself off a couple of screens. He's able to get it through contact. He finishes it. Don't know how he didn't get the whistle, but he'll take the 2 points, and Montclair extending their lead to 5.
That looked like the trash compactor from Star Wars closing in on Flanagan. He's still able to make the play.
Almost another turnover. Brown getting it to Dudard and just getting sped up right now are the Raiders. They'll have to take a timeout.
And this is the energy you like to see from Montclair right now. It is working in their favor.
23-18, Montclair State started off a little bit slow, but has seemed to find their rhythm, especially offensively. Things came out a little bit shaky, but it just seems that they've kind of turned a corner pretty quickly here.
So far, their largest lead of the game right now, this 5-point lead, and it's still early, 12 minutes left in the half, but my goodness, I mean, Montclair is really working it. I'm interested to see how Rutgers Newark really rebounds here, because to start off this game, they were making a lot of tough shots. And I'm not saying that they're not making tough shots anymore, but you got to find some open room. And they've been able to do that, but Montclair's defense has been closing in a little bit more and more every play.
And normally we talk about that build-up to when that full court press starts to break you down. A lot of times it happens in the second half. We've seen these last couple of possessions here, and the Raiders just scrambling for answers. I think a great timeout there from Coach Joe Loughran in his 24th season. 335 career wins. Raiders out of the timeout. Holton, one in the mid-range, trying to pivot his way out of it. Dudard, nice defense by Morales. Dudard, tough shot, it's no good. Rebounded. Nice job by the Raiders, but stripped away. It was David Kima in on the offensive glass, but just trapped by Montclair defenders everywhere you can look. Morales, another three. Nice tap off the rebound. It looks like we're going to have a foul. I believe it's on Mike Jackson, who came flying in there and tried to tip it out to a teammate.
I think they might have thought that Jackson hit a player on that one.
I thought he got all ball there.
You know, it really just looks like he hit the ball, and then what I think happened was Holton and Asfa ran into each other.
Yeah, Holton down on the hardwood right now. I'm not sure exactly where the contact was, but it was pretty heavy. I mean, you saw a bunch of players colliding there. Seems as though he'll be able to get to his feet, but you know, I like the offensive possession there coming out of the timeout for the Raiders. I like how they were able to slow things down and get the shot that they wanted.
And that's what I think they need to do. And that's what a lot of teams get caught up in. You know, with the full court defense, you're moving really fast. Montclair, you know, bucket, they throw the ball right back in. Inbounds are not, 5-second plays here. It is a split second. That ball hits the ground, you pick it up, you go, keep going. It is a fast-paced game. You are moving really fast. And sometimes the opponents get really caught up in that and aren't able to slow themselves down. Rutgers Newark has done a good job of breathing, taking it easy here.
So now coming out of the timeout, Holton to the bench. Jenkins Floyd across half court. Getting the switch onto Samar Abdullah, and now getting it. And there's Isam Asaf. Sivas defending him nicely. Nice paint defense. Doubled by the Redhawks, and a turnover. Morales got it up top. Sivas. He's got screens either direction for him.
He's been trying to find a good look right now. This has not been successful so far, ever since that starting part.
Receiving on a soft and no good. Left it a little short on the right-handed finger roll.
A lot of contact there. It's hard to play there.
Poked away by Sivas. I think he thought maybe a foul was going to get called on him there, but no turnover, and now Asaf. There's Jenkins Floyd. And a nice cut inside. There's Kima. Couldn't get it done, but he does draw the contact and the foul. So 2 shots coming for the junior forward.
Jackson's got to be careful now. Now 2 fouls on him. Got to be careful. See, last game we saw a lot of players. I believe we saw 3 players from Montclair, and I'll look that up right now, that had 4 or more fouls, and that's not a comfortable place to be. I mean, Ahmad Robertson, Jacob Morales, and Christian Sivas all had 4 fouls. That's not a comfortable place for Coach Potts to be in, and if you already got 2 and there's still 10 minutes left in this half, really, really not comfortable.
And even more so, 3 of those players being starters.
Exactly.
That pretty much wipes out any game plan that you had coming in.
And Cabrian Goss, who was not starting last game. 4 players with 4 fouls.
And Goss actually 4 fouls in 8 minutes. So something that he has had to work on. Obviously a young player and will grow into that. Something that will come with time.
And a big part of him is, he's a smaller player, and he is really gritty. He's able to drive in, do it all.
Nice cut. Sivas off the screen from Sering, and he got it. Kuga Sering, a beautiful off-ball screen. Sivas able to roll to the basket and gets it done for 2. Oh, and a travel. Holton freshly into the game. And Kieran Flanagan will check in now. Mistakes starting to pile a little bit for Rutgers Newark.
That is incredible defense by Ahmad Robertson. He reads the pass there and blocks it off entirely. And when you're trying to make that pass, and it looks like Morales is going to come back in. I apologize.
Ryan Castles.
Ryan Castles is coming in.
A transfer from Alvernia and Ramapo. He'll check in the first time today, about halfway through this first half. Robertson tasked with bringing it up. Get it to Sering, and now Flanagan out on the wing. Back up top, Sering dribble handoff. Flanagan back up top, trying to get that pick and pop to work. And now Robertson, Flanagan pump fakes. Driving in, he's working on Miles. Now trying to find Robertson, who cut in, made some contact. Sering keeps it alive somehow. Castles freshly into the game. A 3-ball goes down!
From way downtown on that one. Nice by Castles, instantly making an impact.
And here comes Guante Rogers, and he's able to deflect it right into our laps. Jenkins Floyd never saw it coming. Another timeout for Rutgers Newark.
I like the timeout by Rutgers Newark here. It looks like, the 3 from Castles, then Rogers is making some really nice defensive plays. Got to take a breather here. Got to understand. Listen, there's 9 minutes left in this half. We cannot find ourselves in right now a 9-point deficit. It's been a struggle for them as of right now.
Yeah, and Rutgers Newark is pretty uncharacteristic that you see a team use 2 timeouts this early on into the game. You get 6 for the entire game, but a lot of times, especially for Montclair, Justin Potts, a coach that will kind of keep his timeouts in his back pocket. You often see them going into the last 5 minutes of the game or so with like 5 timeouts. So for them to already force the Scarlet Raiders to use 2 timeouts really speaks to how they're really starting to get them off balance.
And we were talking a lot about bench depth in our pregame. Right now, this has been the difference maker for this game. Rutgers Newark has 3 points off the bench, while Montclair State, 9.
Jenkins Floyd. There's Dudard. Down low, it's Holton. He's on Robertson. Robertson, a lanky defender. Holton couldn't get the layup. Just 2 points for Levi Holton early in this one. Robertson, a strong drive. Really nice defense that time, and not picking up the foul. I believe that was Jaden Green. Actually, they're going to say possession will go to the Raiders. Last touch by Robertson. And do we have another timeout? Wow. The Scarlet Raiders burning 3 of their timeouts in the first 11 minutes. My goodness.
Not a sight you like to see, but I mean, right now, if I'm Coach Joe Logan, 24 seasons as head coach, graduated from American International back in '93, head coach here, has done a really good job. But I mean, 24 seasons has you got a lot of wisdom from that. Interesting to see. I mean, a lot of timeouts early here. You're going to need them when you need them most. Right now, I mean, you got 9 minutes to play with here. Halftime's coming up. I don't really see the reason to call this many.
And the thing for me is it's on the inbounds pass. And I believe that was, couldn't tell if it was the inbounder that ended up calling the timeout. But that's just a situation that you cannot burn a timeout. I'm sure these last few days in practice that these players are working to beat the full court press and to work on the inbound. You just have to get the ball in right there first and foremost, and you can slow yourself down from there. But things haven't necessarily spiraled out of control for you yet. I think it may be a little bit of an overreaction to call this many timeouts early and to think that there's a solution needed right now.
Yeah, I agree with you entirely, CJ. I wouldn't say it any other way.
As these teams coming out of the timeout,
I mean, they're still looking to get something working here. Their last time that they led was 16-15. Since then, they've only scored 4 points, or 3 points, I apologize.
Yeah, it's been a massive run for the Red Hawks, and still struggling to get it in, and finally doing so. Duder
looked deep on that one for just a second.
They try to get it down. Holton is working on Rogers inside, spins, couldn't get it done. Miles attempted the putback. Now Holton up top. Goss doing a nice job guarding 2 guys at once. Bounce pass inside through Duder, and it'll belong to the Red Hawks.
Holton tried his best on that one. Double team down low, gets his own board, resets. I really think did everything right on that one, but
Joe Loughran absolutely furious at Levi Holton, who will now take a seat immediately after the whistle. The substitution was called for as Saring up top. Flanagan. Saring over the head pass. Rogers trying to work around a screen. Really nice defense by Jenkins, Floyd, and now Flanagan. Saring all the way up top. He spent a lot of time out on the perimeter. He gets inside, loses the handle, trying to fight for it. Bodies on the floor. Will we have a tie-up? Yes, we will. Possession arrow giving things to Rutgers Newark. Late 22 to go.
You see on that Rutgers Newark bench a lot of talk between coach and Holton as they finally sit down on their respective sides.
And not only do you lose one of your leading scorer on the team, but you lose one of your defensive players as well. So, I mean, Levi Holton is somebody that really has to try to figure things out early. Montclair has just had his number. Deep inbounds pass off Duder to Jenkins. Floyd, he's got 4 defenders and nobody there following him. Get it back to Floyd. Somehow found himself open and he hits a 3.
Well, Goss was really caught off guard. He tries to come back on the defense.
Arma's up top, Goss. Montclair finally giving up a basket. Now they'll look to respond. It's the first field goal they've given up in quite some time. Saring pump fakes, trying to get done on Miles. Armas, quick trigger off the front of the rim. Ooh, nice work by Isam Asaf, spinning his way across midcourt. He's a bigger guy, but a tight handle. Now Jaden Green up top. Dudard, Jenkins, Floyd, and a mismatch down low. Asaf, and they're going to get Goss for a foul. Trying to compensate for his size, being a little bit too physical.
And that's part of that freshman, just the grittiness that we see. You know, as you move forward, as you go up, you get a lot more experience. You know, that might go away. But the aggressiveness right now, trying to compensate for the size, that's why, you know, last game, 4 fouls in 8 minutes.
He'll check out now. That was his second foul. Now off the inbounds pass, it's Dudard calling out plays. He's working as he pulls up for the mid-range over Armas. It wasn't good. He did free himself nicely. Possession will stay with Rutgers Newark. It seems like every shot right now is contested.
Montclair, what looked like in the first couple minutes was really, hard, tough shot, and then open layup. That has been turned around now. Montclair has been locked down, or is locking down.
Dugard getting instructions from Loffer, and he hands it off to Jenkins Floyd. 12 on the shot clock. Taking it, Dudard now swung around to the other corner. He gets it down to Asaf on Robertson inside. No good on the layup. And now Sivas coming back. Armas, Abdullah around the Morales screen, jump step, and lost the ball as he came down. Under 7 minutes to play and losing the ball. Jenkins Floyd. Robertson picks it up. Fast break coming from Montclair State. Robertson throws it down! And a stare down for Ahmad Robertson. Will pick up a technical foul. But what a play!
Oh my goodness. He's taking a technical on this?
Robertson can't believe it. Potts not happy. And I believe he's calling all of his players over right now. I believe that the frustration, it's warranted. All it was a little stare down off the dunk, Vin. I mean, what do you think there? That's a huge moment in this game, and you can't get a little bit excited after that, a little pumped up?
Listen,
first free throw, no good.
All I'll say is tempers flare, all right? Tempers flare, especially in NJAC games, all right? These NJAC games, they mean a lot. Coach Potts knows that. He gets it. Emotions start to flare. They start to go high. But listen, you're 1-1 in the conference right now. You're still fighting for that playoff spot. You don't want to, later in the season really have to, be in these aggressive battles. You want to know that you have a playoff spot, and Coach Potts knows that. He's been here now for 5 seasons. He's done 5 dominant seasons. Him and Coach Rossi have done some great jobs. But I get it. I get it a little bit. If I'm Robertson, though, I understand it too. You make a huge play. Soak in the moment.
Robertson will take a seat after the technical. Jenkins Floyd getting 1 of 2 free throws, so 7-point lead for the Redhawks. 6.5 minutes to go in this one. Dudard up top, hands it off. Jenkins Floyd. A nice defense by the Redhawks. Asaf inside, he's stripped, and Abdullah called for a late foul.
And Potts is telling him, listen, you can't get fooled on that whatsoever. He got fooled a little bit for just a second there. And gets fooled for just a second. Gets fooled for a second, goes around to try to make a play.
It was a nice rip underneath the basket. I think a little bit of frustration because the foul came a couple of seconds. It looked like the Redhawks were starting to try to stack things up for a fast break.
Yeah, and just like that.
So 1-1 now.
Rutgers Newark is back in this game. 6-point lead by the Redhawks.
By the way, Miles Primus in the game. He'll come away with the rebound off of the miss from Asaf. His first action. Sivas. Flanagan tightly guarded. Morales off a screen. Another 3 for him, and he got it.
My goodness. They're now 5 for their last 4 field goals, or 4 for their last 5 field goals.
Morales will step up to guard Dudard. He has been fantastic early today, and he's found himself open for these 3-point looks. Don't know how you leave him open. They freed him with the screen there. Asaf guarded tightly by Armas. Travis and Asaf kind of clustered up. It ended up with an open 3. It was no good. Rebound Morales. Sivas down to that corner. Swings it all the way across. Nice pass for Armas. Pump faked. Now kicks it back out. 15 on the shot clock. Sivas, left-handed drive. He's underneath the basket. And it looks like we'll have a foul on the floor. Sivas bodied a little bit. Tight roping that baseline. Drawing the contact. Robertson will check back in.
Now with just a little bit over 5 minutes. And I'm really interested, though. I mean, we have not seen Rutgers Newark play Holton in a little bit now. Still sitting on that bench. No fouls on him. I know he has 2 turnovers, but you're losing some defensive presence there.
Robertson off the inbound. Probably like to have that one back. The Raiders coming away with it here. Jenkins Floyd being guarded right at midcourt by Primus. Asaf now with it. Flanagan not worried about any three-point threat there. They'll get it down low. Inside, nice move. Working on Morales. Offensive rebound. Kima puts it back up and he couldn't get it. 2 missed layups there for David Kima. And Montclair trying to capitalize. Extend this lead. Robertson to Sivas. Jab step now driving in. Outside Robertson. Left hand off the drive. He got it with the right. On the layup, Ahmad Robertson, the pump fake.
He just gets around. My goodness.
That first step so twitchy. Blue by Kima. Turnover, Morales. Back to him for 3. No good. And the rebound taken by the Raiders and Kima. Almost another turnover. Sivas hits the floor, so we got a 5-on-4 here. Jenkins Floyd driving in. Nice layup. Couldn't get it done. A slick move, but a little bit too rushed, and now Sivas the other way.
They are so quick, and now Sivas kind of slows it down for just a second.
Robertson, same move, and this time will draw the foul. He goes down hard. Ahmad Robertson all over the place today. He's looked dominant.
My goodness. I mean, he's been so impressive. Wow. He is just a fun player to watch. The never say die attitude.
And it speaks to the threat that he also has from the three-point arc. We haven't really seen it today, but both pump fakes, Kima falling for both of them. Speaks to the respect that they have for him. Robertson, first free throw, no good. 4 points for him in 9 minutes.
Both coaches, I mean, star players have not been used as much today. Only 6 minutes for Mike Jackson, only 6 minutes for Holton.
Holton now checking back into the game. Last time on the floor kind of ended sourly for him. Back on the floor probably about 5 minutes later at this point, and we'll see if there's any adjustments made as Robertson's second free throw, no good, and rebounded by Holton. He'll now work up the floor. He's doubled. Finding Travis Miles. A little jump step and the right-handed hook, no good.
Kugasera does a good job of not being fooled on that jump.
Sivas, nice drive to the rim, got it. Jenkins Floyd gets it out to Jaden Green, nearly ripped from behind, and they're gonna get Kieran Flanagan for a foul. That'll be his first.
I'm really interested. I mean, since last year we've seen Kungasering. He's been a dominant force. Has last year especially had a lot of troubles with keeping fouls low. This year, kind of working into that veteran presence now of Montclair State.
Coach Justin Potts now taking a timeout. 13-point lead here for Montclair State with 3 minutes to play here in the first half, and what a last couple of minutes it has been for Montclair State. It just seems like they're everywhere all at once. They've done it offensively. They've had some contributors that you wouldn't expect. Christian Sivas with 9 points here in the first half. Kind of his breakout game.
I mean, so far we've seen 9 points from Sivas, 9 points from Morales. Robertson, 4 points. We've seen nothing from... We've seen 2 points from Flanagan, which is no surprise. 4 assists for him. He right now leads the game with that, and that's a place that we usually see him shine. A lot of different names getting involved here, and that goes to speak on the depth of this team.
The timeout coming to a close here. And Montclair, fresh out of the timeout, we'll see what Coach Potts wants to change. I mean, can't have too much to critique in the huddle there.
Right now working on a 7-0 run in their last little under 3 minutes, and 9-2 in the last 5.
Jaden Green looking to put an end to that. 1-and-1 coming. He misses it. Offensive rebound by Holton, who got way up there. Jenkins Floyd up top now. It's at the logo. 15 to shoot. Holton wanted to take the screen. Jenkins Floyd says no thanks. Holton on Flanagan. Snatches back, spins into a double. Trying to work through it. No good. Stirring the rebound.
Kunga standing up there like a statue. Knows that he's not going to draw the foul if he just keeps his hands up.
Sivas gets it up top. Sering. Sivas looking for it on a cut. Flanagan gets it to Sering. He spins out of it. Gets it to Flanagan. Flanagan finds Castles. Hit that three earlier. 7 to shoot. Gets it up top. Flanagan pump faking. He's got a taller defender on him. Tries the scoop shot off the pump fake. Oh, and it rolls off the front of the rim. What a play it would have been. A veteran play for sure. Great work by Kieran Flanagan.
Goes with the underhand. A little bit of a softball move there.
Yeah, great knowledge for the clock, for the situation, for where he is on the floor. Throw it way down the court. Jenkins Floyd now. Raiders trying to slow things down here. Get a couple of baskets and get this thing a little bit closer going into the half. Holton driving on Sivas, and he'll draw the foul. So it'll be now the double bonus for Rutgers Newark, so 2 shots coming.
Just a little over 2 minutes left on the clock. Gotta make, I mean, if I'm Rutgers Newark right now, you gotta be thinking, gotta make a big move here. This is the largest lead that Montclair's had with 13 points. You gotta find a way to really break through and just, I'm not saying tie the game in 2 minutes. I'm not saying anything impossible. I'm saying you gotta make a big play to show that you're still here.
Both of these teams 1-and-1 in conference play. Rutgers Newark won their first game against Rutgers Camden as both free throws well short. Levi Holton, just an odd first half for him. Going fast. Rogers, he's going to draw the foul on the floor. Red Hawks went quick. But Rutgers Newark winning that first game over Rutgers Camden 81-64 back on November 26th. Played an out-of-conference game in between that and then their matchup against NJCU, which they dropped on Wednesday, a 12-point loss. And now trailing by 13 here. Samar Abdullah out at the elbow, got it out top. Goss was Sering working down low. It's not something we've seen a ton. He was on Duder, the guard, and showcasing his size, he lays it up fairly easily.
Exciting down low.
Going quickly now. The Raiders working through, out up top, Jaden Green with it. Jenkins Floyd, who tried to push the pace, now will slow it down. Being guarded by Samar Abdullah.
It is getting loud here in the Panzer Athletic Center.
Things starting to pick up a little bit as we near the end of the first half. Duder inside, he's blocked by Kunga Sering.
He has been patiently waiting, and he says, not in my house.
Goss, the strong drive, lays it up, and he draws the... No, it'll be an offensive foul, a charge against Cabrian Goss. But what an unbelievable play by Kunga Sering.
Does a great defensive block there. And I saw Armis talking to Goss after that play saying, you know, I was open on that far side if you want to look for me next time. And I think that's what Coach Potts is going to tell him right now too.
Off a big moment, Goss really trying to push the pace. Did a nice job drawing contact, just a little too strong on in there. So now with just over a minute to play, 39-24 our score. Studard with it. Jenkins Floyd. Levi Holton with Abdullah on him. Surveying as Holton. This will hop step inside. Great footwork, but couldn't get it on the layup. Another missed opportunity for Levi Holton and Rutgers Newark.
Oh, and Sivas,
what a feed. Sering kicks it out into the corner. Armis. Abdullah up top. Nice defense by Jenkins Floyd. Sivas will recover. They'll try to push it. Oh man, he had an open man inside. He wanted a cut from Sering, and Sivas will pick up the turnover with 31.5 on the clock.
I know Sivas is a little bit angry there, but I saw Samar Abdullah open on there. I saw Armis open for a second. You got to look around. You got to read your options, and that comes with some veteran presence. That's the Kieran Flanagan effect.
A second and a half separating the shot clock and the game clock here in this first half. Rutgers Newark trying to end this thing on a high note. It seems like they'll just wait for the last shot. 5 on the shot clock. Jenkins Floyd inside, kicks it to the corner. He's got an open Holton for 3. Air ball. And that will take us to the end of the first half. Montclair State leading things by 15. And my goodness, after a little bit of a shaky start, what a turnaround it was for those Redhawks.
I mean, their largest lead so far today. It's a 15-point lead. They have been incredible. Wow. We've seen 9 points from both Sivas and Morales. I mean, this has been a game to watch right now for the Redhawks. They've been exciting. Some problems later in the half. I mean, it just looked like they weren't matching up correctly. And but, you know, you see 20 minutes of great basketball there by both teams. Now I'm really interested to see how Rutgers Newark can respond, how they can rebound here and keep moving.
Well, and obviously big adjustments coming for Coach Joe Lofgren and Rutgers Newark at the half. They called 3 timeouts there in the first half within probably about 5 minutes of each other, which is pretty uncharacteristic. And they really just seemed to be on their heels pretty much the entire time. After they were pretty comfortable coming on into the game, they just never found the rhythm after that.
I really have to say, we've seen some just mental errors by Rutgers Newark. I mean, a lot of timeouts. Holton hasn't been on his game right now. I wouldn't be surprised if that changes in that second half. But it just has not been the same game. And the same thing for Montclair a little bit. I mean, Mike Jack only played 6 minutes during that first half. He picked up the 2 fouls, and then Coach Potts kind of said, all right, you're sitting the rest of the half, and then I don't want you picking up any more, because if we have to go into the second half, if you have 3 or even 4, I don't even know what I would think for Coach Potts.
Yeah, and the good news is you don't have your best player at his best right now with Mike Jackson, but you do have kind of a new contributor, Christian Sivas, his first start with Montclair State coming into the game, and right now tied for the leading scorer with 9 in the first half. What did you see from Christian Sivas? I mean, he was so dominant there in the first half.
Oh, my goodness. He really just looks like a motorcyclist in traffic on I-80, all right? Because he's weaving through traffic like crazy. It doesn't matter how many people are on the road. He's still getting through right now. He's just been incredible, and I've really liked it. He's really owning the starting role right now, and that's what you got to do. When you get that starting position, you got to own it. You got to own it. He's been owning it.
Yeah, and then, as you said, he has owned it. Much of this Montclair State team has. They lead it 39-24 at the first half. Just a couple minutes before we get back to the second half. We'll catch you then here on the Red Hawk Sports Network. Don't go anywhere. We welcome you back here at Panzer Athletic Center. Second half action underway. Making sure this ball is regulation. That's all. We got it from the official up here. Very kind.
Actual game ball. Look at this. Actual game ball. Refs gave us to us. They trust us. They probably shouldn't, and I know a lot of people know that they shouldn't trust us.
We're taking good care of it. I mean, he put it right up here for us. I motioned to, hold on to the ball, make sure it was good, and he gave it right to me. So, I mean, we're just going to keep rolling. He turned his back to me right now, so I don't know if he needs this back. I'm assuming he does at the end of the clock here. We got about a minute till the second half begins, but what a first half it was there.
Oh, my goodness.
For Montclair State. I mean, obviously, we talked about it at the end of the first, but they came out a little bit slow, and we weren't sure what we were going to see. We come out into the second half, or excuse me, the second part of that first half kind of, and it's a complete turnaround, a complete 180, and now Montclair State controls things as we head toward the second.
And you want to know what? I'm really interested to see how Rutgers Newark rebounds, because you want to know what? They were calling so many timeouts in that first half, and now they're and the ball goes by. I almost said someone there.
Yeah, that
was a little scary.
Can't be trusted.
So really, when you're making these big moves, halftime is so crucial, and we've seen teams like Montclair that have found themselves in a hole, and after halftime they've lit a fuse under themselves and have really been able to come back. Montclair is not in that situation today. It's the Raiders that are in this situation today, and I'm interested to see how do they rebound, what kind of changes do they make. Do we see Levi Holton in this game more? I feel like that's a big story. Levi Holton for Rutgers Newark and Mike Jackson for Montclair State. Are we going to see them more? They are the big players. Montclair really hasn't need their big players, but Levi Holton, the leading scorer. You've seen Samar Abdullah, who has been huge. We see on the open lane, this was early, really early in that first half, but then Robertson and the rest of the team exploded with this amazing dunk. And, of course, a technical foul called after that. And Robertson gets really angry about that one. But he did not stop whatsoever. He's been so awesome to watch. He's moved himself into that starting lineup, and he's really, really done a good job with it. He's starting off this second half. He's been such a fun player to watch, and cannot wait to see what he does in the second half. Only working with 4 points now, but tied for team lead right now with 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and that steal, which you saw earlier, to his name.
Yeah, he has been ultra aggressive early on in this one, as have most of the Redhawks, as we are now underway here in half number 2. And an early error, Morales and Robertson just not on the same page there. Robertson went for a cut. Morales, I think he wanted a little dribble handoff there. So a quick turnover for Montclair State. We'll see if Rutgers Newark is able to come out of this thing with a little bit more composure here in the second half. Never really found their footing, and like you said, Levi Holton's absence, a big part of that, just hasn't been able to hit his shots. Those days are going to happen. We'll see if he's able to find that spark or if they'll have to look elsewhere for offensive contribution. Jenkins Floyd on Robertson, only one on the shot clock. He's blocked by Robertson. Shot clock violation, and what a start to the second half for Robertson and the Redhawks defensively.
Wow, great bounce back by Robertson. I didn't read the cut right, but then instantly makes a nice play on defense.
Christian Sivas, 9 points there in the first half. Coming out party for him as he gets it to Morales. Wide open drive inside. Nice defense by Holton down low. He's able to help out and switch off of his man, and now it is Holton back the other way. Open look, there's Dudard for 3. He hits his first 3 in the second half. And a nice answer for Rutgers Newark. Sivas on the drive, he's blocked! Oh, and a foul will be called. Sivas went down hard. Shadid Jenkins Floyd, the rejection.
It looked like there was definitely contact above ball on that one.
Jenkins Floyd only standing at 5'8". It's where he's listed. Got way up for the rejection. Sivas thought he had an open dribble drive. Well, instead, he'll shoot 2. That's the third personal.
Chance to make this a 14-point game.
It's actually Dudard that was called for the foul. Pardon me on that, but that was his third. Something to watch out for as Sivas can't hit the first free throw.
Yeah, foul trouble has been a big thing. I mean, 2 players for Rutgers Newark with 3 fouls.
And Dudard, the leading scorer for Rutgers Newark right now with 10 points. He remains in the game. Sure, they'll be attacking him the next couple of possessions. Dudard will take it up right now. Trying to beat Robinson down the floor. Now back out and slow it down.
Incredible speed.
Jenkins-Floyd with Sevis guarding him. Trying to get a switch onto Flanagan, I believe it was. Now it'll be Holton who's guarded by Flanagan. Finds Miles, trying to keep it in bounds, and another turnover taken by Flanagan. 5-on-4 here for the Red Hawks. Morales in deep, dribble, and lay it in. Jacob Morales, 2 more to add on to his total. He now leads the team with 11, nearly a turnover off the inbounds.
Robertson falls for a second and comes instantly sprinting back.
We'll have a foul on the floor. It's going to be on Mike Jackson.
And now, I mean, he's in foul trouble now. 3 fouls.
I believe Coach Pott's going to leave him on the floor as well. So we got 2 big-time players. Oh, no, excuse me. Now a late substitution will happen. Jackson will come off the floor with Robertson.
He's not happy about that.
Not the day for Mike Jackson right now. 3 fouls. Very limited time on the floor. Montclair State has been able to fill in his absence, though. Shot no good. We're going to have another foul against Montclair State. I believe that's going to be on Morales. Rutgers Newark
just playing here.
Rutgers Newark looking a little better offensively, coming out, finding their shots a little bit better, Vincent. It feels like they were playing Montclair State's game in the first half, and now in the second half, maybe starting to find some of their own offense.
Yeah, I mean, they've struggled from the field, though. They're going back to that first half. They're 1 for their last 13.
My goodness. Jenkins-Floyd. He's got the bigger Sevis on him. Driving inside, got it. He freed himself, tried to lay it up over Abdullah, got the open look that he was looking for, but couldn't get it done. However, a deflection off the rebound. Now it'll be Rutgers Newark inbounding from underneath the basket.
And that's really good defense by Samar Abdullah. He's only taken 1 shot today, but his defensive presence has been really nice.
Duder off the screen, an open 3, Leather.
A
buttery
deep
smooth
3 on that one, wow.
Buttery smooth from Pascal Dudard. Sevis looking for a response. Pick and pop. Abdullah the drive and the layup. What a move. Samar Abdullah, so fast, so twitchy.
Going
Gets inside for 2.
Around town on that one.
Dudard tried to meet him at the rim. A little bit bold there considering his foul count right now at 3. It is Dudard with the ball. Nearly stripped. But got it to Jenkins-Floyd, who falls down. Able to get back to his feet and get it outside. Dudard only 7 on the shot clock. He's got the bigger arms on him outside. Pump faking up for the jumper, and missing everything was Brown. Now Flanagan.
Montclair State's been rolling right now. Defensively, they've been exciting.
Flanagan wide open to the corner. Abdullah got it. 3 ball for Samar Abdullah. The layup and now the 3. Doing it from all 3 levels. And we'll have a foul. Dudard was hit hard by Sevis. Just kind of maintained his ground, but Dudard flying up the floor, trying to respond. How about the emergence of Samar Abdullah here in the second half?
I don't think Coach Potts was happy with that call. He's just looking right now at the referee. So confused at that one.
Well, it looked
and now
like
he's just got a smile on his face, yeah.
Looked like Sevis held his ground right there at midcourt. No real argument from him. It's a big collision. You were able to get back to his feet, inbounds from right in front of us.
That'll be Sevis' second foul. He'll take his seat on the bench.
Kept his foul count relatively low.
Yeah.
Travis Miles spinning on Sering, mid-range jumper. No good, rebound Abdullah. Now Goss. Flanagan, the screen from Sering. Abdullah thought about a 3, now he drives in. He's got a soft on him. Flanagan driving, feed inside, Arma's reverse layup, couldn't get it. Now in transition, here comes Miles. Miles right down the lane, finds Asaf. Ended up hitting the deck. Asaf dribbles it back outside. We'll slow it down here. In the corner, Holton. Down on the block. 7 to shoot. Miles Now inside. Holton lost it, tried to get it to Asaf. It looks like it's going to be another foul.
I got to give credit where credit's due. Kunga Sering has made some incredible improvements from last year. Last year, you see that, listen, he down low, he got caught jumping a lot and drawed a lot of fouls in on himself. This year, he has been incredible.
Another block from Ahmad Robertson at the end of the shot clock. Everybody just on their P's and Q's today defensively. You're seeing the results. Robertson with it, a screen from Sering. We're going to get a defensive foul. It's going to be on Dudard. And so that's number 4 for him. So he will take a seat. Rutgers Newark's leading scorer. That's not going to do you any favors for trying to get back into this game.
No, it is not. And somebody's got to step up in his place. He's got 13 points, 5 for 10 from the field, 3 for 4 from beyond the arc. Got to find a new scorer.
Robertson is stripped. Oh, but it goes right to Abdullah. A healthy 3. He's taking now Jenkins Floyd off the rebound inside, and looks like we're going to get a foul. I think that's on Goss.
Yeah, I think that's a fair play, fair call to be made. That's Goss's now his 4th foul. Coach Potts is going to elect to leave him in, though. I think that's really a play where you can let that go, all right? You got a 17-point lead. You got a nice cushion to work with. Fast break layup, that's fine.
He may exit now for Mike Jackson. 2 of them kind of switching in and out. Jackson back into the game. He's got 3 fouls. I mean, if you're Montclair State, you don't have your best player, your leading scorer. This guy's averaging, then that's 20 points per game pretty much that you're taking out the window right now with Mike Jackson, and yet you have 47 points on the board. We still have 15 minutes to play. You're up 17 points. You've been so great defensively. It's got to be a great spot right now if you're Coach Potts. Even with the foul trouble, I think you still feel pretty comfortable right now.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, right now, Montclair State to Rutgers Newark foul ratio has been 15-8. And Goss and Dudard are the only 2 with 4 fouls. Not a comfortable spot to be in for those 2, but if you're Coach Potts, I mean, fouls really haven't hurt you whatsoever.
And they found kind of that shot creating from different players like Sevis, Robertson, Abdullah here in the second half.
Another big part of this game has just been free throws in general. I mean, right now, the Raiders are 5 for 13, 38% from the line.
Yeah,
they don't call it tough throws. They call it free throws.
Rebound taken, another missed one. Miles got it. Now Asaf on the drive inside, and I think they'll have a chance to redeem themselves in your eyes here, Ven.
Hopefully so. I would like to see it. I mean, we've seen games where the Redhawks have they've blatantly lost it at the line, and they work to keep that away from their game. But free throws they're hard sometimes.
That one just rolls in off the front of the rim. Held my breath there for a second.
Oh, you need to take a deep one. But that'll end the scoreless streak for Rutgers Newark. They haven't scored in the last 3 minutes.
Second free throw, no good. Another rebound. And it's going to be a foul called against Montclair State. I think that's on Quante Rogers. It is. Mike Jack was also in the area, so got to make sure that we got this right here, but it is on Rogers.
Yes. Mike is he doesn't like to be in this area in foul trouble. He tries to play aggressive defense.
It really is the brand of this Red Hawk team, that kind of physicality. But Jackson, somebody who most of the time able to stay clean throughout the course of a game. Miles, pull up mid-range, and he got it done. chased his own rebound. Don't know if he believed himself, but the big man, nice little got as Mike Jackson on the other side, missing a three for him. Just trying to get on the board here in half number 2. Inside, what a move by Brown. The finger roll couldn't go. Oh, grape jelly action.
Absolutely. Trying to run a nice play here.
Robertson to the corner. They wanted to screen Jackson open. He didn't find his look. Now Robertson up top here. Screen from Sering. They love that pick and roll today. Asaf chased after him and ripped it. They'll say it was last off of Robertson. So a turnover there for the Redhawks. Big time substitutions, and now it looks like we'll have a timeout altogether.
And it looks like Jaden Green limping a little bit, and he's able to make that defensive play. I mean,
yeah, he collided knees, I believe, with Miles.
Not comfortable. Not comfortable whatsoever.
I mean, he is to his feet, I mean, and he got up right away and was able to get back on defense, so credit to him. Really nice work that time from Green. Now, as we are into another timeout, I believe this time it was called by Montclair State and Coach Potts. Montclair holding 14 here in half number 2. Things have kind of started to shift a little bit. It doesn't really look like Montclair has found their footing in the second half quite yet, though.
No, I mean, but they're trying to, but that's why both teams have been playing so aggressive. I mean, right now, Brown and Robertson have been extremely aggressive if they can keep this rolling.
And a lot of that,
just trying to find a way to get into a groove, as you said.
A lot of that has been the defensive glass as well. I mean, even we saw it on those missed free throws in particular, but it's probably about a minute there that Rutgers Newark held possession for. So no doubt that you're not going to find your rhythm if you don't rebound. An important part of this game. We alluded to it a little bit in pregame. Neither one of these teams on top of the conference in terms of rebounding. Soft with 12 on the shot clock. He's on Flanagan. Spins himself free. Finds Miles down low. Really nice pass, but couldn't finish it. Flanagan handoff to Sivas. Down in the corner. He's got a soft on him. Down toward the baseline. Kept his feet in and had it blocked. Coming the other way. Jenkins Floyd tripping over the ball. And now here comes a fast break opportunity. Samar Abdullah, 3-ball on the way. No good. Mike Jack the rebound.
Jackson running the play today.
Jackson finding ways to be valuable, even when he may not be scoring at the clip you'd expect him to. Abdullah with 7 on the shot clock. Inside, trying to work himself free. Turnaround jumper, no good. Abdullah, nice look that time. Now, on the other side, Miles had another open layup, and he's kicking himself right now.
Yeah, right now, Rutgers Newark has 1 for their last 7 in field goal opportunities. Montclair's not much better. They're 1 for the last 6.
Jackson out on the left wing. Drive inside, miscommunication by Raiders defenders inside. Now Jackson misses back-to-back shots, fighting for the rebound, and a frustration foul is going to be called on Mike Jackson. And that's number 4.
Mike is just trying to find a groove right now. Just got to take a deep breath here. Understand, like, listen, we got a 14-point lead. We can breathe. We can breathe right now.
Oh, was there no? I thought there was a foul called on Jackson there.
I thought there was.
Not sure what brought the whistle about then. But definitely frustrated with himself. You see him getting increasingly more physical as it goes on here, and we're kind of in this part of the game where we've hit the struggle bus, Vin. Neither one of these teams really able to knock down their shots, and there have been open looks. There have been open layups, open mid-ranges. How do you try to power through this now, especially if you're the Raiders? I mean, you give yourself an opportunity. You see yourself even an opening to try to close this lead, and you're just not able to hit your shots that you're normally making on any other day.
I know. I breaking out of it, you just got to find a hot streak. And they're doing everything that they can right now. They're taking open looks, and it's going to start falling soon. Both of these teams scoreless in the last 4.5 minutes. Nothing's been falling for either team. The Redhawks are 1 for their last 9. Rutgers Newark is 1 for their last 7. I mean, this is a great opportunity for Rutgers Newark to get some ground, to find something here. As the Redhawks struggle, I think, though, after this timeout, Coach Potts really good at bringing down
we got Rocky the Redhawk here. Courtside.
Giving high fives to everybody, including myself.
Yeah.
Maybe he's bringing the mojo jojo that this Montclair State team needs.
That's what it is. And when Rocky's in the building, you know you got to step your game up that much more. 12 minutes on the clock here. First game of our doubleheader here on the Redhawk Sports Network.
Don't go anywhere when this one's finished.
So I believe the whistle was just brought about by a timeout.
I think so, too.
For Rutgers Newark. Just in a precarious situation, and we're going to have a travel.
Wow.
The full court press getting to Rutgers Newark. And turnover coming out of the timeout. The last thing that Coach Loughran drew up, I'm sure. Morales up top, Flanagan. Back to Morales. Dribble handoff, Flanagan inside, working through two defenders. And a hard foul there.
Works through contact. Nothing he ain't used to.
Preston Brown getting called for the foul, his first. So 2 shots coming for Kieran Flanagan. And Flanagan, kind of the unsung hero for this Montclair State team for I feel like it's been several years now. I mean, this is a team that's always a threat in the NJAC. Always seems like they're in the playoff. And yet for the last 5 years, they've kind of had, you know, one constant, and that's been Kieran Flanagan. At that point guard position, he just means so much to this Montclair State offense and this team in general.
Yeah, and he doesn't do a lot on the scoring side, but 6 assists, leads his team, 2 rebounds, 2 steals, a block, and only 1 foul in 20 minutes. That is the kind of leader that this team loves to see.
Now up top, Jenkins Floyd. 1 of 2 was Flanagan from the line. Inside and getting it done, Asaf on the layup. And finally, Rutgers Newark starting to see a little bit of action. Morales on the response, no good. Rebound, Primus had it for a moment and then lost it.
Montclair State is still struggling here. Rutgers Newark can find a way.
Jackson off the floor again. And now this full court press. This is about the time of game where you start to see these turnovers pile for a lot of teams. If the Raiders can power through and find themselves some offense. Jenkins Floyd inside layup denied by Primus.
Wow, that was vicious.
Jenkins Floyd, a deep 3 at the end of the shot clock, rebounded by Robertson. Morales in transition. Robertson. Flanagan swings, Morales wide open. And rebounded by Holton.
Morales has kind of hit a cold streak ever since that first half.
Holton going too fast. I believe it was another turnover. Levi Holton still not finding his footing.
He really hasn't found his groove yet. I mean, only 1 player, full Rutgers Newark, in double digits. This team has struggled as of right now. Montclair State still really struggling. Both these teams offensively have just kind of hit a plateau.
Yep. Is Morales trying to find something for himself. Nice swing to the corner from Robertson. There's Armis. He comes through and breaks the cold stretch.
Shot you need.
51-35 Montclair State. Asaf. Jenkins Floyd gonna get it to Holton. Quickly dishes it back. Screen. Now in the corner, there's Brown. Turnaround. Only 5 on the shot clock. Jenkins Floyd gonna have to Makes some magic again. Nice little move inside. He's blocked by Samar Abdullah. Active hands everywhere for the Red Hawks today. Wow. My goodness. And this is, this is a Montclair team, and we talked about it in the pregame. We see a lot of high-scoring affairs pretty much every time out. They're going to play fast. They're going to shoot threes. They're going to make threes. And, on the other side of things, sometimes they give up big numbers on the other side. They lost 107-102 the other day as Morales a three. He's back into the game and finding his mark.
Yeah, but in that loss, you're still scoring a lot. The defense just was not there as much. Today, the defense has been electric. Only 35 points allowed so far, and under 10 minutes left to play.
Timeout on the floor.
If
Rutgers, Newark.
I apologize, CJ. You take it away. My bad.
No. That was all I had to say, man. Timeout on the floor. It is a 19-point lead right now for Montclair State. Coach Loughran wanting to talk it over with the Raiders.
So far the lowest scoring game that we've seen for the Red Hawks was 67 against Wesleyan University. I'm not saying that they're going to be that low, but I wouldn't be surprised if you're hovering around that mark, maybe around more like the 80s, 90s mark for them in these next 10 minutes. But, the shots have not been coming lately. But least points allowed, though, so far this season has been 70 against that Wesleyan team. I think they're going to beat it here. Against an
35
team. Yeah.
For right now for
they would need to double their score right now. They would really need to find a hot spot.
And nothing that I have seen here so far in the second half. Now, a timeout could change that.
Yeah.
But nothing that I have seen indicates that we'll be seeing 35 more points here from Rutgers Newark.
No, I agree entirely. It really looks like right now, listen, this team, they're tired. They've hit a plateau. Both these teams hit a plateau. But Montclair is the kind of team with that depth that is able to get out of it.
Timeout coming to an end here. You see men's basketball tournament champions, the NCAA tournament appearances. Last one coming in 2023. And who knows, Montclair State this year started off the year really strong, obviously very early in the season, but no doubt high aspirations for this team. They brought in a big class of transfers. They have freshmen who are coming in and contributing right away, like Cabrian Goss. This team seems like, they have a lot of high aspirations, and we'll see how that plays out through the rest of the season. But so far, today, if they continue to play defensively like they have today, things are looking good.
I think the big thing to remember is, listen, it is early, but these games matter the most.
Holton inside. He's back into this thing. It's just his second made field goal today, up to 4 points. And that's a great sign coming out of the timeout.
How can they keep it rolling, though? It's not just one bucket.
Robertson coming around to screen outside Morales. Up top. Armis back to Morales. 3-ball. No good. Nice fight for the rebound. Rutgers Newark wins it. They're out ahead. Nice defense. And what a recovery it was from Jacob Morales after missing the three. Comes away with the steal. Now Abdullah will try his own three. Rattles out. Offensive rebound. That one no good as well.
It's just a struggle right now to get that ball on the hoop.
Holton. Near side on the wing. Now gets it back up top. They swung across. Driving inside and laying it up. That was Dodard back into the game. He's got 4 fouls. Morales to Abdullah in the corner. Abdullah over 2 defenders. No good. Tough shot there. Now Dodard driving inside. He's fouled by Robertson.
Now, I will say, in these last couple matchups between these two teams, we have seen some really close battles, and these close battles have been low scoring. The last close battle that we really saw back in 2021, 57-56 victory.
My goodness.
For the Red Hawks.
And there was one that jumped out to me as well, Vin.
Yeah.
We're going to take a look at January 8th, 2020, down on the campus of Rutgers Newark, with Rutgers Newark winning that game 58-29, Vin.
a different time. That's during COVID, but we've seen these teams. Different time, and totally different team back then. But you see, like,
by the way, let's just get this out there. That was 2 months before the pandemic.
Oh, well, I apologize.
But yeah, I mean, obviously, I'm sure, identities change, and we're half a decade later. But the point stands. I mean, these low-scoring affairs, we've just seen them all throughout.
I mean, the last time that either team hit the 80 mark was back in 2018 when Montclair won 82-57.
Yeah, and now Montclair, I mean, we see it, and it hasn't been for a lack of opportunity. Just today, and shots not necessarily falling. Seavis now with it. Robertson, he'll draw the blocking foul, and that's going to be Dudard's 5th, so he'll be done.
That'll be it. Wow. And Coach takes a risk, putting him back out there. And I think Coach has some words for the ref.
Yeah, Coach Loughran absolutely livid, and I'm surprised that we haven't seen a technical foul come out of this thing yet. It appears as though cooler heads have prevailed. Loughran bringing his team over.
And he's got a lot of words to say right now.
Long leash right now.
Talking to a lot of people. And I think Coach is kind of confused what's going on here. I don't blame him.
So Dudard, his day now done. 27 minutes, 15 points, and 5 of 11 shooting. And of course, the 5 personal fouls. 3 here in the second half.
15 points. That's the only double-digit scoring we've seen.
Yep, he has double the amount of anybody else on this team.
More than double.
Jenkins Floyd, the next leading scorer, with 7. Like I said earlier, just not helping yourself out and trying to get back into this one, especially when you desperately need points. Seavis up top. He's got 15 on the shot clock. Being guarded by Brown, coming around a Sering screen, driving in, he finds Sering. Sering now Quante Rogers inside, tough layup. Halfway down and then out, and then a fight for the loose ball, and we have 2 players tied up. It's Rogers on one end, and I believe that's Holton on the other side of things. Possession arrow will give it to Rutgers Newark. We continue to have some conversation here. Physical play now. Things picking up a little bit. Nice work by the officials to.
Holton has some questions for the ref. I don't blame him.
They both got in deep for the rebound there after the Rogers missed shot.
Got to give some credit to Rogers. I mean, he's going up against the co-defender of the year in the end, Jack.
Holton off the inbounds pass. He was trapped. Nice feed inside. And the drive, and he got it done. Esau Masaf. What a tough lay there. Who knows? Maybe that was the spark that Rutgers Newark needed. Robertson off the spin. He's inside. He's doubled underneath the basket outside Rogers. Hands off. Mike Jackson. Over to Sering. Robertson. Looking to feed it inside, and an errant pass there. I'm not sure if it was tipped. It was taken away by Holton. 6.5 minutes to play. This is only a 13-point game, despite how dominant this has felt.
Oh,
now a steal there, Mike Jackson.
The dominant run is kind of ended right now. Rutgers Newark on a 6-0 run.
Sering trying a 3, back rim.
Good defense by Robertson.
Yeah, really nice work. Jenkins Floyd trying to free himself. Brown tight-roping the sideline. Back up top, they can slow it down a little bit. Travis Miles out at the 3-point arc now. It's Asaf. Finds Miles right back inside on Jackson, lays it in. And this is now an 11-point game here in Panzer Athletic Center. Robertson thought about a 3.
He's looking.
Now Sering on Miles. This has been such an exciting matchup all day. 2 big guys, the tallest for each team. Sering unable to capitalize. Drive inside, Jenkins Floyd is fouled. Tide's turning.
Yeah, Floyd looked like he got really tripped up by Sivas.
Tried to get out in transition, got in deep. Sivas, his third personal foul. A lot of subs coming in now. See Saren, Robertson, and Rogers taking seats.
Montclair almost has double the amount of fouls to Rutgers Newark with 19 to 10.
That is something that will keep another team in a game.
Yeah.
Jenkins Floyd, 1-1 for him. He misses the first. And so now Sivas on the rebound. Here come the Redhawks. Trying to find some type of rhythm. They have the starters back on the floor. Jackson driving in, right-handed, no good. Fight for the loose rebound. Jackson gets it out to Flanagan. Morales swings. Armas, 3-ball. Got it! Huge three. And Montclair State back out by 14.
And Panzer Athletic Center has exploded here. The 14-point lead. The scoreless streak is over for Montclair. They went 4 minutes without scoring. They drilled it there. Getting back in the groove with a little under 5 minutes left to play.
Yeah, huge shot. Luis Armas has been huge today.
I've always loved to see the Coach Potts transitional basketball. Just passing around, trying to find that open look.
Off the inbounds pass here. Ball is deflected and taken away. Mike Jackson. Armas now with it. Swings Morales in the corner. Up top, Armas. Nice pump fake. Nice switching from the Raiders. Sivas driving on Jenkins Floyd, and he's called for a foul. Jenkins Floyd. That'll be his first. With 4:40 on the clock now, Montclair have a couple of baskets here, and you really start to try to cruise this thing out. It's been long possessions. They've run a lot of this clock. Sivas will be fouled again. And so Jenkins Floyd went 35 minutes into this game without a foul and has picked up 2 in about 10 seconds. Still no worry for him. On top, Sivas. Little handoff, Jackson back to Sivas. Open Morales. What a draw out from Coach Potts. Shot no good, off the mark.
Morales has struggled from beyond the arc. I mean, we saw he was 2 for 5 at one point. Now he's 3 for 10.
Holton fouled by Armas, who is not happy. Holton slow to get up, but back to his feet. We saw him go down earlier in this game, but has powered through since then. Foul number 2 on Armas, so it'll be another 1-1 for the Raiders.
Holton at the line here. So far today, I mean, 0 for 2 from the line.
And another 1-1, which the first free throw is missed. Raiders just killing themselves with points taken away right now
today.
I mean, that's 12 points off the board.
40% from the line.
And on the other side now it'll be Robertson getting his own chance for some free throws. 1-1 for Montclair. Robertson will hit the first one. 15-point lead for the Redhawks.
Looking to keep extending that.
Got to be happy with where this lead stands right now, although you haven't had your best half. You can take that all day long.
I will say, Coach Potts is the kind of coach that in NJAC play, he's going to keep his pedal to the metal with a 15-point lead, a 100-point lead, or with a 1-point lead.
And full court pressure here. Montclair not giving anything up right now. It's a nice drive inside. That's a soft. Another layup for him. He's got 8 points. Ahmad Robertson, I mean, is triple teamed, and they'll get him for a travel. He hit the deck hard. We're starting to see a little bit more intense defensive effort here from Rutgers Newark, and that time pays dividends.
I mean, CJ, you mentioned it earlier. As much as it feels like this is Montclair's game, I mean, still with 4 minutes left on the clock, it's only a 14-point game. You can come back real quickly.
Especially the style that these two teams play. Faster style. Holton inside draws a foul on Flanagan. But of course now in the modern day of basketball, I mean, 10 to 15-point leads can flip on their head like this.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Let's see if Holton can knock down his first free throw of the night.
Holton at the line. First free throw for him. This time he will get 2 shots off the shooting foul. He converts on the first. Holton today, obviously very frustrated with himself. 22 points per game averaging on the season. Second free throw will give him 6. So now a 12-point lead. Under 4 minutes to play here. Sevis working on Jenkins Floyd, doing a nice job. And now Robertson toward that corner. Morales feeds Flanagan out to the corner. Mike Jackson for 3. No good. Morales fought for the rebound, couldn't get it. Now here's Holton pushing the pace. Levi Holton inside, pump fake up, got it.
Holton's finding the groove finally, late in this one.
Sevis trying to get up across half court. And we'll have a timeout taken by Montclair State. Dangerous situation there for him. And only a 10-point game now with 3:13 to go.
And Rossi's trying to pump up the troops here, trying to give them something. Get them back on the board somehow, some way. I mean, CJ, stop me if I'm wrong, but this team, right now, Montclair, 1 for their last 11 field goals, 1 for their last 6 from beyond the arc. It's been a struggle for them. They really haven't come out of this half in a groove whatsoever for 20 minutes. They still hold a 10-point lead.
And that's, you know, the importance of kind of giving yourself that cushion, especially in the first half. But yeah, definitely a level of concern rising here in Panzer Athletic Center. And for this Montclair State team, there.
I'm seeing now Levi Holton, I mean, if he can really turn it around, which he's been doing right now, I mean, 4 points in the last couple minutes. Rutgers Newark's on a 6-0 run. They're 5 for their last 6 field goals. If they can find a groove, which it looks like they have, I mean, it's a 10-point lead. This is nothing.
And in a matter of seconds, this could very well be a 2-possession game here.
Absolutely.
And this upcoming possession, these next couple of possessions here for Montclair, just going to be of the utmost importance. They want to try to hang on to this lead, especially late game here. I mean, free throws, we saw it last year, for example, Montclair versus Rowan here at Panzer. And while Montclair did win that game, they probably should have won it in regulation, missed free throws late in the game.
Exactly. And if this game comes down to 5 or 6 points, you got to look back at this game and say, hey, it's the free throws. It's the free throws. That's where you hurt yourself.
Right now, I mean, obviously you're not going to make every free throw.
No.
But 12 missed free throws here from Rutgers Newark. You put those back onto the board, and they lead by 2. So just a drastic difference in the game because of that. Sevis finds Morales inside, out of the timeout, and Morales draws the foul. And just as we were talking about free throws, now Montclair will have a chance to try to extend this lead on their own.
They've been good from the line so far today. 7 for 11, 63%.
59-49 game. Morales knocking down that first free throw. Just another player who's so well-rounded, Morales. And obviously that Division I experience at Rutgers.
Yep.
going to be very crucial in these late game scenarios throughout the rest of the season, not just today. Lead is back up to 12. Preston Brown to the corner. There's Miles. Asaf working on Jackson. He lost the ball.
And that's the defensive presence that Mike Jackson has been working on.
And he has still found a way to play solid defense, even in foul trouble today. Still only 3 fouls. Now he can play a little freer. Sivas up across half court, dribbled between a double team. Sivas across Robertson. Screen from Morales. Flanagan up top. Drives inside. Morales. Robertson on the drive. Pull-up jumper. Oh, he got it! What a tough shot from Ahmad Robertson.
Robertson going deep in his bag to get that one. He pulls it out nicely.
Desperation time nearing here for Rutgers Newark. They're going to have to start taking shots with a lot of time on the shot clock. Right now, still waiting for the perfect look, though. Under 2 minutes to play here in Panzer Athletic Center. And Jackson, first game of the doubleheader.
Rutgers Newark's really got to
tie up in deep. Jenkins Floyd went down. Looks like we'll have a jump ball. That'll give possession to Montclair State.
He's down. But Robertson has been just incredible today. And you can see now, how angry Rutgers Newark's coach has been. And Coach Logan has just had real trouble just communicating with the players here. Just see it, 49 points on the board right now.
And you can see the frustration from him when the looks aren't where they want it. Sivas drives inside. 90 seconds to play in this one. Morales putting it up, getting it done. Another 2 to go for Jacob Morales, up to 18 points on the night. In the face of uncertainty, Jacob Morales coming through for the Red Hawks. Rebound taken by Kieran Flanagan.
Got to find something here.
Clock draining down on this one. A minute to play. Mike Jackson inside. Shimon!
Mike Jackson gets back on the board. He's been off it for a little bit.
And that's got to feel good for him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Jenkins Floyd, 45 on the clock. This one all but wrapped up. Holton, step back, 3-ball. Back iron. Rebounded by Morales. About 10 seconds separating the shot and game clocks.
And wow,
Montclair State.
Wow.
Looking to come away with a victory.
This game has shown how much timeouts can change games and how just a little bit of a break can really shift the tides.
Sivas just looking to hold on to this thing for now. Mike Jack, an exclamation point on the way. It's good. Montclair State, a gritty effort here on their home floor today. This one coming to a close. Montclair State, a 70-49 victory over Rutgers Newark. It wasn't pretty, but a much-needed victory for the Red Hawks, their second straight conference win. And what a battle it was. Montclair able to fight through a little bit of struggles early on in this one, and even in the second half, but powers through for a 21-point victory, Ben.
Oh, my goodness. What a game for the Red Hawks. And you like to see Mike Jackson put the cherry on the top at the end of that one. But an incredible game. They did everything right, it felt like. They fell into a little bit. They hit a bump in the road for a long time to start off this second half. It wasn't until, that last and final timeout where they found a groove. But Montclair does a great job of working with it. The defense paid dividends today, and they continue to really be such an electric team. Now 5-2 on the season.
2-1 they move to in conference play. Just a Massive victory that you really needed. Second straight. We talked about Montclair getting back to their winning ways and finding that groove again. Back on. Excuse me, we'll get an interview right away. You want to come this way? We'll get an interview.
You want an interview?
There's Christian Cetus coming around here toward the middle.
I gotta bend down or something?
Yeah, you can take my chair.
Appreciate it.
Megan, I'm going to take your chair.
We are now joined here by Christian Cetus. Christian, your first game back into the starting lineup today, and really a kind of a coming out party for you there in that first half. 9 points tied for the team lead, and how were you able to kind of find that rhythm early against a pretty tough defensive team there at Rutgers Newark?
Yeah, our game plan was definitely to attack the basket because they like to get out to our shooters, and that's what I did.
And Christian, I mean, the defense was amazing today. Can you talk a little bit about how much pressure Coach Potts really puts on defense in practice and how it shows off here in game?
Every single day, that's what he emphasizes, defense. We haven't really been solid in our first couple of games, but this game we made a big emphasis on that tonight, knowing that they're a physical team, so we had to stand them up.
And not to mention, I mean, Levi Holton leads the Rutgers Newark in scoring. You guys held him really low in points today. I mean, did you focus really on just facilitating him, or was it just part of the game plan today?
Overall team effort, just being in the right spots, being in the right gaps, that was our game plan.
Christian, how important is it when somebody like Mike Jackson, who gets into foul trouble a little bit early, doesn't exactly have his best day? What does it mean for this team when you're able to, in his place, step up, come through, and still find a way to score and come out with a pretty dominant victory today?
One of the great things about this team is we have a lot of depth. We can play 12, 15 guys if we wanted to. So that really showed us tonight when Mike got in foul trouble, and then Mike coming back at the end of the game ready to play. That's what we expect from him. So,
Christian Cetus, thank you so much for joining us. Huge win for Montclair State today.
thank you.
Greatly appreciated. Huge win. Montclair State, a 70-49 victory here on the Red Hawk Sports Network from CJ Staniak and Vincent Picone. Don't go anywhere. This is the first game of a doubleheader. The women's action coming up for you right after this.
Yeah, Luke Sirianni and Thomas Gaffney Jr. getting ready.
See you next time, and see you in a few minutes here on the Red Hawk Sports Network.